Hello, I'm FX Toycat, and welcome back to the Minecraft update news video. Today I have some great news to share with you all because every single Minecraft Bedrock platform that just says Minecraft at the top now has a brand new update. It's called 1.17.30. It just came out today, and unlike most updates, which just change the version number and fix some bugs in the background, this one will make some material differences to how you experience Minecraft, notably on the title screen where they've renamed one option and added a brand new one, but also they've added a ton of new caves and cliffs features into the game for everyone to experience without the beta turned on, which is pretty cool in my opinion. And then also there's a new world setting that everyone will need to play around with, and I think it's pretty darn cool in my opinion. So let's talk about what all of those things are. But first, let's make a joke. What is the difference between beds now and your mother? And I don't think I should tell that joke here. I'll leave the explanation for that one in the outro card today. But yeah, let's dive straight into this new update because the biggest changes you're going to notice are, I mean honestly, the first changes you'll notice are here on the home screen. The profile now says dressing room. I feel like it's been saying that on and off for a while now, but dressing room is now the official word to describe this. And as you can see, the dressing room UI has changed slightly. There is now, things that happen on the side here as opposed to up the top. So there is a brand new entire interface right here, which obviously is great for moving around various skins if you're that sort of person. I don't know why you would be, but a lot of people are. And the other wonderful thing is they've moved the achievements menu to be away from here, which is in my opinion pretty great. And they've instead made it so that you can actually just go straight from the homepage to this little potion bottle, which will take you to your achievement icon. So as you can see, I've got 63% of achievements completed here on the Windows 10 version of the game. Wow, I know I'm slacking. I should have more. But yeah, basically that is now directly accessible from the main menu, which is pretty cool in my opinion. I like that we've slowly started to build up the main menu screen here in Minecraft again to actually be able to go straight to stuff rather than like, oh, how to get to achievements. Well, you go to this, then you go to that, and then you go to that, and then you're there. I like that it's all directly accessible in the same way Minecraft made their marketplace button very big and very visible all the time in all menus. I'd like that they do that for achievements and all these other things, and I like that they're moving towards that. So the other thing that you can access without having caves and cliffs turned on is a brand new world setting. So world options are something that Minecraft Bedrock has a lot of. I mean, for real, there's just so many toggles you can turn on and off. Most people probably won't think to look through here, but if you look in the very middle of the pack, there's something brand new called Respawn Blocks Explode. So you can probably guess exactly what that is, but basically there are two types of respawn blocks that'll explode. One is literally called the respawn anchor. Place that in the overworld or the end, and kabloom. And the same thing is true for beds in the nether and the end. If you try to use a respawn related block in a dimension that it's not meant for, bad things happen, but you can now turn this off. And just to prove this for you, this is obviously a copy we're using right now, but if just to prove this for you, here I am in the nether. This is very distinctly the nether. Wow, look at how nethery it looks. Okay, I picked a bad example of a place to be in the nether, but here is a bed, and here is me right now deciding to right click or left trigger if you're playing on a controller, and what happens? Nothing happens. It doesn't even tell you anything like, oh, this can't be used here. The bed just does not work because we're in the nether. Just in case you don't believe we're in the nether. I mean, you should be able to tell, but this is very much the netherite, and here I am trying to use that same bed. And if you want to change this setting around, because sometimes you want to, you can do it right from within the game, which means immediately afterwards, boom, explosion, all the bad things happen, and so we can do the exact same with a respawn anchor in the overworld if we want to. Who am I kidding? Everyone loves explosions, so here's me trying to use a respawn anchor in the overworld. Oh wait, am I doing it correctly? Now am I doing it correctly? Oh, there we go. I did it correctly, or rather incorrectly, and I made a big explosion that's a big mess for everyone, and so that makes me realize, you know what? I shouldn't have this turned on at all, and so we turn off respawn blocks exploding, which, by the way, interestingly enough, you can do without, look at this. Now there's, oh, look at that. Oh, it's not letting me make the explosion happen. This is a really great anti-griefing change. I'm glad they've made it, and I'm even gladder they put it behind, or they didn't put it behind the achievement toggle. If you don't know, enabling anything that's in the cheats menu will make your world permanently cheats enabled, so it's the same as if you went into creative, whereas having fire explodes off as well as TNT, etc., sort of anti-griefing changes that everyone should want in their world, you can do without having to activate those same things. Admittedly, it makes Minecraft 0.001% easier if you're playing solo survival, because now you can't accidentally make this mistake, but again, no one should be making that as a actual mistake anyway, and so yeah, respawn anchors can be used in the overworld if you want to have a weird, fun, portly block, but you're also worried about explosions and the ripple effects of damage they'll do, then now you've got a new setting for that. But speaking of new settings, the caves and cliffs settings have been updated with a brand new change. So yeah, if you want to experience the rest of these features, you need to turn on caves and cliffs, not just you know, any of these other crazy things or experimental features. Again, there's a lot of things that you might get confused by. Caves and cliffs is the one you want to turn on, and if you do so, your world will be caves and cliffy. And this is something that's been possible in every Minecraft 1.17 version for a while. Something interesting that Minecraft Bedrock is doing is allowing wider users to test the game behind this toggle. I think it's actually a generally good idea, and so they've just added a few new features to this, most notably ore veins and darkness. So ore veins is something that we can't show off on an existing world, but darkness is something that is. Darkness has now been updated, so instead of requiring a minimum light level of 7 to stop mobs from spawning, so that means that, let's show you where light level 7 ends. It's very hard because it's unintuitive. This is light level 14, this is light level 12, 11, 9, 8. This is light level 7, somewhere about here. As you can see, it's dark-ish, but it's not full-on dark. It's not that much darker than having a light source there. Now you need a light level of 0 for mobs to spawn. And to show you, actually, let me show you using my lovely dark area right here. This is right now all light level 0. Mobs can spawn all over this, but if I place down a torch, instead of just making this all the way over to here non-spawnable, this block right here will no longer spawn mobs. I could prove that by standing around here for long enough, but you're gonna have to take my word for it, that if you have caves and cliffs turned on, you will no longer have mobs spawning there. You probably heard about this change if you follow news somewhere else, because it happened on Java and Bedrock betas a while ago. However, it's a very big deal that they've put it into this version, because although it's not guaranteed yet, it's still technically experimental, it's behind the toggle. This implies that they probably do intend to keep it, which is great news, because if you want to light up an area of torches, you can now do so using far fewer than before, which I think is wonderful. No mobs will spawn anywhere in the 2 circles right here, which is nice. You can now intuitively eyeball where mobs will and won't spawn, which sounds great by itself, but it's especially great if we take, say, a new cave. So here is a brand new world I've just spawned in, and you'll notice I've spawned in at -1, 5, very close to world origin. So they've put the feature of trying to put you as close as you can be to 0, 0, you know, within safe bounds, of course. They've put that into this now, which is wonderful. They've also taken a new, basically they've worked out how to make the water to land generation a little bit smoother, which is wonderful. They've also integrated the new terrain engine with its new improvements. They've also improved dry cave entrances, so cave entrances without water. There was a bit of a problem with this earlier. By the way, look at this. This is like an adorable current-sized dripstone cane, but a cave, but it's just spawned in the middle of nothing. This is a really cool little almost cave right here. But yeah, they've made a lot of improvements, but the biggest one is they've finally added ore veins, which again, I've had a real problem ever showing this off in a video in any meaningful way, but they've made it so that ores are more likely to generate next to other ores. And so, for instance, let's say we go down to a cave right now. You know, actually, rather than let's say, let's just go down to a cave right now. Will we find one or not? Let's find out. Okay, so I was going to show you a cave, and I could talk about how lighting works and how, you know, the new lighting engine makes so much sense for the big caves, but instead, I just decided to make my own. And while I was removing all of the stone blocks, if you don't know, there's a command where you can replace all stone with air. It's very handy for just seeing what is behind there. And while I did that, I actually saw for the first time a proper look at one of these ore veins. Look how much iron ore, or rather deep slate iron ore, you can find in this one big tough block collection. It's very, very cool, and the same is true down here to a lesser extent. Ore veins are in fact a real thing. They don't seem to exist for every type of ore. I mean, again, the diamonds seem to be unrelated to each other. The gold seems to be close by, and so does the redstone, but otherwise you can start to see that, like, yeah, there are things, especially in the tough, that seems to glob together all of these ores, and they're fascinating to look at. It honestly seems though like you would be able to tell that there is an ore vein there, not by the fact that you've found some ores already, but by the fact that there is tough blocks around them. And yeah, I just love the concept of being able to strategically mine and find more iron that way. If there were ever concerns that they were gonna, again, not make you know, mining a strong enough way to get blocks in this update, then, you know, now you can see those concerns are fading away. Actually, are these 3 diamonds close enough together that you'd say they're linked in like almost a vein style way? I don't know if they are for sure, but it is something interesting to consider that ores will now generate closer to each other, and this is the easiest way I've ever been able to show this off and actually make it clear to the viewer that it's not a coincidence. which is great. I love the way that looks. And other things that I love the way they look is all of the new terrain, honestly. I mean, it goes without saying, new caves are looking pretty good. They need some new lighting changes, and I'm glad they've made those probably permanently. We'll see for sure when the update comes out. And the other thing that's really positive is all of the new terrain changes above the ground, and it's cool to see them taking effect, in my opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you disagree, or maybe your name ends with an E. But in either case, I hope you all enjoyed this video, hope you found it interesting, and if you did, don't forget to watch more of them, because that's what I would like you to do. You know, I've got a live stream coming later today. Do you want to watch it? Wait, we can make this video look like a live stream. Wow. It's got face cam and everything. Wow, look. It's exactly like a live stream, except I'm not draining the ocean for some reason. But no, yeah, I hope you'll enjoy this video. And I'll see you all later today for that very live stream. Unless, I don't know, something tragic happens between now and about an hour from now. So see you tonight. Goodbye.